And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, helping you understand your buying decisions, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check us out online, consumerqb.com, and save our hotline number in your phone, 813-917-1894. Just give us a call on the hotline, 813-917-1894.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Text the line, call the line. We'll put you in touch with all of our expert contributors here. You're supporting the local economy by supporting our expert contributors on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we like to feature our real estate listings live on air. We help our sellers profit more and sell faster, utilizing our innovations with radio, TV, and internet marketing. 14663 Village Glen Drive in Carrollwood. This is a beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay. Carrollwood, Florida, one of the hottest little areas in Tampa Bay. Beautiful property in Carrollwood. 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. You've got a pool, spa, lanai, outdoor kitchen. The master bath has jacuzzi tub and sauna and a tanning bed. Gourmet style kitchen. Beautiful property at 14663 Village Glen Drive in Tampa. Gorgeous property here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, we got Thomas King in the house, Florida Firearms Academy. Welcome back, sir.
So happy to be here, Brandon. Thanks for having me. And I do have a couple questions for you today.
Let's do it. Bring it.
Hey, where do you see the market going in the next 6 months right now?
The real estate market,
Yes.
the single-family residential, most likely residential. So, yeah, the challenge is that, people come up and say, man, you guys must be doing great. It's such a good market. It's actually not. It's a lopsided market.
Very much so.
So it's a challenging time. Buyers can't find properties, inventory, and then listing agents are even having a difficult time because for sale by owners are cockier than ever. People, trying to do it on their own.
Yeah.
Competition, these iBuyers.
You think it's going to slow down?
It may slow down some. I think it'll be very nominal, though, because you're still having this unprecedented migration, this movement from blue states to red, people coming into Tampa Bay,
Right.
Taxation, the low price point still based on where they're moving from, California, Illinois, California being the top three
So our
states.
inflation hike doesn't really bother them. They're happy over here.
Yeah, right.
Especially coming from California. I have a lot of investors that are coming in asking, hey, let's franchise this Florida Firearms Academy out.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking right now is not really the best time to do it because the market's so high. I mean, it's going to come down a little bit eventually, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Well, yeah. I mean, the challenge with the inflation that we're seeing right now is it's inflation a little bit different from back in the day. Back in the day, it was just simple printing money, too much money supply for fewer goods and products, goods and services. Now it's a different type. You've got slowed growth as well combined. So people were being incentivized not to come to work for
Right.
the longest time. So what that did is it caused the backups, and then once we opened back up, you had closed ports, and then the employees not working those extended
back.
hours. So then trucks, cargo ships, all that got backed up, and now we're still fighting that uphill battle. And then you've got the Federal Reserve and their monetary policy of just printing money, unprecedented printing of money, $4 trillion in the last 24
Driving
to
our
36
market
months.
value down.
Yeah,
our dollar value.
They're pushing this. They want to remove the United States currency, the dollar, as the world reserve currency. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and that's, they want to follow every dollar that we spend, and they can't do it if you're actually using a physical dollar. But
Right.
what I'm looking at, trying to get supplies to build another 20,000 square foot building is hard, and getting these contractors. And like a couple years ago, when you contracted something out, there was basically at $1 million. Now it's at almost $3 million.
Right.
And it's only been a little bit of time, and the waiting list is crazy. So
Yep.
we'll be able to do this, but you'll have to sign and lock this in. But we won't be able to start until another 10 months. you know?
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of draining. I'm thinking maybe just waiting a little bit.
Yeah, it's challenging, man. Because then you play the waiting game, and you're trying to see what's happening, and maybe get by some dirt. Hang on to the dirt. The dirt's going to appreciate. Then you look at carrying costs, taxes, etc.
How is empty lots right now? Is that going up? Or?
Well, vacant land is another limited commodity, right?
Not much around.
There's not much there, right? So you look at that challenge. I'm actually putting together a group to put. We're extending the MVP team into affordable housing. So we're looking at doing
fantastic
some of these. Don't like to say container, tiny home type homes,
right?
And
but
that's
you got to
the
have
challenge.
it. That's the problem that we're having in downtown Tampa. They're developing all these amazing new places and beautiful places and hotels and high rises. But the people that are going to work there can't afford to live there.
Yep.
So they're not going to commute 45 minutes from living outside somewhere they can afford. They have to have housing that they can actually afford to live in, so they can go to work there and make a minimum wage. So
that's right.
It's hard. So
it's big time. That's a big
it's
challenge.
a huge problem for them.
Well, just yesterday's show, we were talking about Miami-Dade County. They're talking about enacting a emergency status and putting in like rent controls. I was talking about that on yesterday's show. It was very, very interesting in terms of what the government can do and cannot do. Because they can't come into private, to landlords and say, hey, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, unless it's an emergency.
Or a socialist country.
There you go. Or a socialist country. Yeah, exactly. So, there's a lot of challenges in our space as well. And then, of course, the Second Amendment's always under attack.
Absolutely. Just like I saw recently that you're paying for people's licensing, too, for Keller Williams
Absolutely.
to add on to your team. So that's pretty amazing, too. So you must be doing good and growing very fast. I saw some awards you had, too.
Yeah, we're looking at that. So we got Keller Williams Real Estate School. We just launched that. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
so
it's a free
I
online
love that
class.
you guys are doing great, and I'm sure radio and TV always helps out and works out well. That's why I'm here today to talk about Florida Firearms Academy, what we do there. We have 20 different certified firearms instructors taking you from basic classes all the way from tactical to grandmaster for pistol, rifles, and shotgun. We are the largest academy around right now. We are offering over 40 different types of classes. And now I'm happy to say we are the largest NFA distributor and dealer around. We sell suppressors. It's full auto machine guns or SBRs or SBSs. You can just come on in, work with us at our kiosk, or work with our NFA dealers there. That's Ryan and Miss Rose and Kenny, and they can help you out. So right now, they actually just changed it. So if you wanted a suppressor, normally you had to wait about 10 months to 12 months to get a hollow tube. It's so silly. But now it's about 90 days, and we actually are seeing these come back fast. So that is really good. The tax stamps does cost $200 to go ahead and have it registered, to have your suppressor registered or SBR. There is a new law coming out. So as of August 1st, if you own a pistol brace, that will be a 25-year felony. And if you don't know what a pistol brace is, come in and see us. We're a full armory. We custom make firearms. We repair them, fix them, and build them. So you can come on in and let us know if you have an illegal firearm. There's tens of millions of people out there that own these. Most people that have them don't even know that these are going to be illegal coming up. So that's actually pretty scary. But we'll show you exactly what you have to do and what you can do, what you should do, and if you want to keep it or turn it into the ATF to have it destroyed.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That's pretty crazy. If you just joined us, we're talking with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. He's the CEO, and right here in Tampa Bay, FFATampa.com, FFATampa.com. And if you haven't liked their Facebook page, you're missing out, man. You really are. Even I won a gun. I was on a vacation last year.
Gun.
They do a live on. They do a lot of giveaways on their Facebook page, by the way, Florida Firearms Academy on Facebook. But describe how you do them. A lot of times you have like a fishbowl
weekly
there.
giveaway. Yeah, so if you just mainly we'll give away guns, ammo, memberships, red dots, whatever the question of the day. So name your favorite restaurant, and if there's 1,000 people that post on there, we'll do a live random generator 1 through 1,000, and if your number comes up, you're the winner. We just did a huge parade over there at Oldsmar with the mayor and the city council and everyone. It was really good. I brought 13,000 beads. I gave all our members that came out free shirts, and then I had our huge event out there as Oldsmar Days. We had the full carnival out there, hundreds of vendors, craft beer, 12 bands. We had nights. We had a bunch of different bands out there. Stormbringer was out there. It was really good. You should have came out. I didn't see you out there.
Yeah, I think I was at MMA with Alex, our buddy cool. Alex Lima.
Right.
I've been doing MMA with him on Wednesday mornings and Saturday mornings.
He's a great guy, great instructor.
Yeah, very good. Yep. Excellent.
Good fighter.
Yeah, absolutely. Champion, multi-time champion. So I got in my notes here, Second Amendment, of course, under attack, southern border. I think let's give a little, insights into, because a lot of times people come in, they're off-duty police officer, former military, sheriff's deputies. They're coming in and they're telling you the stories that you don't see on the news, you don't see posted on Facebook so often or social. But there's a lot of bad stuff that happens out there. Thomas, and people just don't realize, people are kicking in doors, home invasions, robberies. I mean, talk to me a little about that.
Yeah, they can't really post that on the news on most of these things because it will scare away the tourism here. And, that's what brings in a lot of money to us. So we're a gun store, of course, so people come in all the time saying, I need to buy a gun. Well, what is it for? Well, people kicked in my door last night. And, it's terrifying. It doesn't matter what kind of neighborhood you live in now. Actually, the richer neighborhoods are getting hit the hardest now because they have more stuff. These gangs that are here right now in MS-13 in Tampa Bay, they recruit your kids from schools, from malls. They buy them cool $200 shoes, get them high, make them feel like you're a friend, and now they got them. And if they try to leave, what's going to happen is they're going to tell you that they're going to kill your parents. So it's terrifying. They don't want that to happen. So these kids are locked in. They tell them you got to go break into so many cars. You got to break into so many houses now that you went up in another level. So we offer a free seminar, how to make you and your home a hard target. So if you would like to schedule that at your business or at your church, this is free of charge. Just give us a call at 813-221-FIRE, and we'll go ahead and set that up and take care of it for you. This isn't about firearms or anything like that. We also can go into the firearm portion of it, but if it's mainly just for how to make you and your home a hard target, to keep yourself safe.
Yeah, absolutely. And concealed carry is a big thing, too. People should definitely look into that, even if you say, hey, I'm not that type. Okay, there's there's non-lethal alternatives, but concealed carry and taking your life seriously, right?
Well, carry is going to be back on. It's on Ron DeSantis' desk right now. So you may not need a license, but to be honest with you, to have your license is always good because now you're going to be able to purchase your firearm, take it home that day. It's probably going to speed up the process of doing your background check, knowing that you do have a concealed license as well. And if they do make it so you don't have to have your license to open carry out here in Florida, it's probably going to be turned down once again because it's happened so many times. There's so many rhinos in the politicians' field right now that just want to back down and go against your constitutional rights. And these are your rights. Not only that, they're your God-given rights.
That's right. Yeah, natural rights. It gets into the whole, natural rights versus, the what the politician, the political class want to have is, the government, big government pushing and taking away certain rights and making you actually fight for rights that you should have naturally. So, yeah, natural rights, consent to the governed, just the stuff that happens in bureaucracies. But I
see why they actually, people are nervous or scared of guns and ban guns, but they don't realize criminals don't care what's written on a piece of paper.
Exactly.
That's not a law. They don't care. They're going to go out and do what they do. So they're going to be the only ones with firearms. You want to take away the firearms that people, law-abiding people that can use to protect their own families and themselves?
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah, one of our longtime partners, we allocate a certain amount of the show time to nonprofits as well, kind of give that opportunity for them to come on and talk about their business. United States Institute Against Human Trafficking. John Long has been on the program many times, and he talks a lot about the southern border and how trafficking is affecting even here in Tampa Bay, Florida. Yeah, number 3, exactly. And there's something big that's coming up. I was listening to it on Steve Bannon's podcast, but it's Proposition 42, whatever it is, some law 42. It's getting ready to open up even worse.
So you know why it's opening up, why they want to do this, right? It's more votes for them.
Right,
so
exactly.
That's the whole. They don't care about the people coming across in gangs that are murdering, bringing fentanyl in here.
Yep.
Millions of people have died from this. But you know what they're really concerned about? Oh, we get that vote.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's scary to me. Why don't you look after the people? I don't care what side of the Democratic Party you're on. As long as you're doing good for the people, the people will stand by you.
Right, exactly.
And this isn't good for the people.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the focus, of course, is on Ukraine's border, but we're more worried about our border right now.
Yeah. And right now the ammo shortage is getting crazy because we're sending all our ammo over to Ukraine, and these companies have contracts, government contracts, so they have to send it over there at a stupid price. So it is getting hard again to find ammo, and it's starting to climb back up again.
Yeah.
Also with firearms.
Scary because it's
they're over there handing out fully automatic machine guns to civilians that never shot for to protect their families and their rights and their freedom.
Yeah.
So people are all like, "Yay, do that!" But over here, no, we should take away your rights.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see that poll too? There was a poll that said, if the similar Ukraine were to happen here in the United States, certain demographics. So Republicans were like 68, 72%. Like, yeah, I'll stay and defend our country. The left was nowhere near that. Low 30s. And then independents were in the middle.
This is the greatest country on the planet right now. Even though we're trillions of dollars in debt, what do? Oh, let's give out money to this country. Let's give out money. Exactly. If I did that, if I was so in debt and I just passed out money, I bet you I'd be debt collectors and throwing me in jail. And But you know what? We're trying to do good, and I understand that. But we also need to do good for the people here, especially our veterans that are in need, that are homeless right now.
That's right.
And fortunately for me, I was able to scrape enough money with four other companies, and we were able to purchase a home for a lifetime for a homeless veteran right now. So we'll be dedicating that next month in the 21st.
That's awesome, man. That's very commendable. That's very cool.
Yeah, just trying to do what everyone should be doing right now. And I think our government should be stepping up. Instead of sending money to Ukraine, well, Ukraine was awesome, but you got Iran. You're making these crazy deals out there that, you're going to let them build nuclear weapons. They hate us over there.
It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Stop by and check them out. Just join the Facebook group or the Facebook page, like the Facebook page, Florida Firearms Academy, FFATampa.com. Thomas King, always a pleasure, man.
Thank you, Brandon.
My pleasure. All right, we take a quick break. When we come back, we got Nick Shriver in the house, decorating elves on the program. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch the dial. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text. Have you desired more income and more freedom in your life? Now is your time. Keller Williams Realty has just launched our own real estate school, and you can get licensed for free. I'm Brandon Rhymes, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And for the first 3 people who reach out, I will personally coach you. 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. And we'd like to bring in our expert contributors. And today we got Nick Shriver back in studio, decorating elves. He's an expert in the outdoor lighting space here in Tampa Bay. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Glad.
What's new in your world?
Well, we've added to our design team. And we're going to be introducing him here. I believe that's after the break here, a little later in the show. And things have been going well, man. We've been trucking along. Spring's going well. Starting to get a lot of projects working in the outdoor and the landscape lighting space, So got all that holiday stuff put away. Thank goodness.
Finally got it done.
Yeah. It takes a little longer than you think. I mean, what people see in the general public is not exactly what goes on behind closed doors in our building.
Right.
But thank goodness that all that stuff is put away.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just ready to, we've been trucking away at our spring push, and we've added to our team. We're growing. We're working on some things, and looking to get back out in front of the public and really start making outdoor rooms look amazing. Really continuing to make it so that people can enjoy their outdoor spaces, especially in the night, and add that lighting to it and do all that good stuff that we do that incorporates that into that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And going back to the holiday lighting, what you see some of these TV shows or even like the news programs where they'll have this house that's just totally lit up with X number of bulbs and lights. Mm-hmm. Have you seen some of that? I know there was one down in Largo or Pinellas County somewhere.
So there's
like
one in downtown or just south of downtown in St. Pete. It's like the Christmas house or whatever. It's been there for. I mean, those guys have been doing that for a super, super long time.
Right.
I know they've got a religious background to it. I know they raised money for something. I don't know all the details, but yeah, there's a ton of lights there. So I've seen those. I mean, I have my own projects that have more lights than you can count.
Yeah.
Somebody says, hey, how many lights have you done? If we were to add them all up, we probably do several million in the course of a season. I know we a couple years ago we did the joke where we added up the length of all our extension cords, and we could go across the Howard Franklin like 4 times.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's just kind of silly, right?
Yeah.
It's fun though when you do those little calculations. You go, wow, that's kind of a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting.
Kind of a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about it.
Yeah, when you really think about it, you're like, wow, that's quite a few. But yeah, so we do quite a bit of that. Now, going into the spring, we're really looking to push and looking at doing the outdoor lighting, helping people, address those things, really look at that stuff. And as people start to do their landscape, they start to add to their plants, they start to do their spring cleanings, which all that stuff is starting to happen right now, in the month of April, where it's a really good time to get out there and start working on those improvement projects that, you may have been sitting on or you may want to get into. Outdoor lighting is a great thing to add into that,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really is time of year for it. The rainy season hasn't hit yet. The weather's still, nice, and it's a great time of year.
Well, we found that a lot of people start putting plants in, right? So they start, and maybe one plant leads to another. So they start putting in big palms. They start putting in these trees. They start looking at this landscape. They're starting to finish maybe the patio project, maybe that outdoor living project, maybe that pergola, some form project there. And then they start putting trees in after it. Well, once you get those bigger trees in, anything that's as tall as a human being or greater would look amazing with a light on it.
Yeah.
So you start adding those light fixtures to that. You start adding light fixtures to palm trees, and as the palm trees get bigger, they're even better. And not only that, but once you figure out, hey, these trees look good, these palms look good, these oaks look good, then you can start thinking, hey, maybe we can accent back and add to some of this stuff with the house.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Because that's going to add value to the property, the real estate property. People are going to love that. And there's a lot of different benefits that come along with that.
Well, and they're absolutely. And so, to piggyback off of something you guys were talking about a little bit earlier in the show, and I heard something, talking about security, right?
Yeah.
Security was something definitely with the firearms training and things like that. But lighting is a very big benefit to reducing and eliminating that, basically those opportunity crimes.
Yeah.
Where people are going to come in, they're going to smash and grab, they're going to look for things that are easy, and when you have good lighting and the house is well lit, the property's well lit, and we're not just talking about like security, we're just talking about good complementary lighting that makes a property look nice, it becomes less of a target. It is something that a lot of times those criminals will pass by. And a lot of these detectives will tell you, yeah, hey, good outdoor lighting, a good light fixture, some good, having that lit, making sure those shadows aren't there, making sure that glare's not there, making sure that those dark areas aren't there, really increase that security, and it really helps with those benefits. So, I'm sure that's something, that the previous guest could go to in further detail.
Yeah.
That's definitely his expertise. But in our expertise, we definitely try to help lighting make that look amazing, and then double that advantage by increasing that security.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick Shriver, Decorating Elves, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back as well, we're going to introduce Stephen Hall from the design team. He's a design rep with Decorating Elves here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram, Twitter, and Getter. We're on all the social media at Brandon Rhymes1. The YouTube page, 1,700 videos now on our YouTube channel at Brandon Rhymes 1 and Brandon Rhymes Realty on YouTube and ConsumerQB.com. We'll be right back.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at ConsumerQB.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We'd love to help you win when you're buying, selling, or investing in real estate as well. We're part of the Keller Williams Luxury Division, Keller Williams Commercial Division, and also Sports and Entertainment as well with Keller Williams Realty. So the #1 real estate company in the world, top team here in Tampa Bay. And we'd like to feature our real estate listings. Got a hot one here at 14121 7th Street in Dade City. This is a restaurant that we've got available for sale in Dade City. In business since 1990. There's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, so you can have a live-in management team there. 14121 7th Street, Dade City. Plenty of parking. Just a great opportunity, entrepreneurial investment opportunity here in Tampa Bay. You got 2 dining rooms upstairs. You have the banquet hall. Downtown Dade City, great location here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And you can see all of our real estate listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com.
All I've got's love for Love City.
And I give a quick shout out to Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. Say hello to Stephen and Lisa Gunn and let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. If you want to feel energized, hydrated, replenished, reach out to Replenish IV Solutions. I love it. I go in at least once a month or so, and you have the qualified nursing staff. They hook you up with the vitamin infusion drip directly into your bloodstream. It's going to help rehydrate and just a great boost of vitamins into your body. Replenish IV Solutions, multiple Bay Area locations right here in Tampa Bay, and of course they will come to you at your home or office as well. So check them out online. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we are going to introduce Stephen Hall into the program. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It's nice to be
my
here.
pleasure, man. Thanks for coming in, and you're one of the newer members to the team, the design team, and so how do you like working locally here in Tampa, St. Pete?
I love it. So my wife and I'm actually born and raised in Florida. I mean, I was born in Tallahassee. That's kind of South Georgia, but I am Florida through and through. We've lived all over. There's nothing like this area. My wife and I moved here in April of 20 from Fort Myers, and both we live in St. Pete, but the whole Bay Area. I mean, we really just love it here. We want to plant roots. I mean, it's phenomenal, and being able to work with people in this area and help really beautify their houses, it's phenomenal. So I'm super happy. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I grew up in a small town east of Fort Myers called LaBelle. So
know exactly what it's at. Absolutely,
out east a little bit, you know, out in the country boy territory, you know. But so tell me about the 5 benefits of outdoor lighting.
So these are the things we really focus on when we're dealing with customers at their house with looking at projects. I mean, obviously there's the beautification, and that's typically what people are calling us for. They want to either highlight highlight something, some textures, some landscaping, something about the architecture, whatever that is. And so obviously we want to be able to go out there and position the lighting and design a concept that's going to really bring those features to life and really make that property pop. But there's also too, like the usability, right? So we're more or less adding square footage to your house that you can now use in the evening hours, right? So if we're able to get like a lanai or a patio area where we're able to get more access to that, it's really nice because it's nice to be able to kind of go unplug. You're kind of reconnect with nature. You're not sitting by the phone or the TV, and have that space, whether it's with your kids, whether it's with loved ones, friends, whatever, right? So that's another great feature that we really like to do. The other thing is safety. As far as having a well-lit area, so some of us have older relatives that may come and visit, so again, the kids thing. So not having any of those dark spots on your property, maybe you're walking the dog, maybe you're taking the trash out or whatever, but we want to make sure that we have safe passage from place to place on the property.
Right,
So
yeah, safe passage. That's a big part of it, especially, like as you mentioned, older folks. We do have an older demographic here in Tampa Bay. So in Florida in general. Yeah,
you can't have somebody rolling an ankle on your property. So,
exactly.
And then Nick just touched on, and the gentleman earlier, Thomas, touched on that security, right? What I've noticed too, and there's a lot of these nicer, newer neighborhoods. These aren't like cheap houses. You're like $500,000 and up houses where they don't have a lot of lighting, like a lot of street lighting. And I think some of that's the dark sky thing. They want to keep it where you can view the stars and all that. And it's something I think as men, sometimes we kind of take for granted, just the security thing. But being able to feel, especially from a woman's perspective, like you can go walk, you can be outside in your yard. You're not worried about anybody coming. Having that well-lit house is a huge deterrent, right? So we focus on that as well. And then obviously the value as well. I mean, this, they spoke a little bit earlier about this market we're in is kind of an anomaly, right? But when you get into a competitive market as a seller, having that feature shot, that nighttime shot, it's a great way to set your house apart from the competition. There's another level of curb appeal, and because it really can do wonderful things for your property. It's like a different perspective of the property in the nighttime versus the daytime.
Yeah, right on. And when we were taking photography yesterday, we had Jeanette Salden on the show for Brave Frameworks. And a lot of times with our luxury listings, we'll take a photography session during the day and then also come back in the evening and take it in the evening. So it's definitely, so the outdoor lighting, many benefits to it.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, we actually did a project where they're getting ready to sell, and we just did some just so they'd have that nighttime shot, like a nice $3.9 million, something like that, because it really does make that property pop, and it can make a difference of, you're going to get that money back. You're going to get a return on your value, plus everything we talked about earlier, just being able to use the property at your leisure as you want to enjoy the space that you have.
Right. Yeah, the ROI is definitely there.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a lot of fun to be able to enjoy and entertain, to have people over, and just accentuate some of the beautiful. I just love the oak trees too in Florida.
Oh yeah, I mean when you catch those enough lighting and you catch the whole canopy and everything, there's so much going on in there. And we've got some beautiful palms. I mean, there's however many different versions of palm trees that you see. When you got those big royals and you can catch them, all the way 3 stories up with some lighting, it's a very, very dramatic effect. And a lot of people underestimate once you've seen it. Like I didn't know much about lighting, and I started this. And now once I've seen it, I can't drive by a property without thinking, okay, I would do this, and this, because it really does so much for a property, for just add life to it.
And for the folks that sometimes are thinking about their wallet and the cost-wise, very low cost to operate these lights because it's all new LED technology, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe a 20 light fixture running dusted on, maybe $2 a month. Yeah. I mean, it's super affordable. We've come a long way from the halogen days. And I think that's another reason why it's gotten popular, and because it now is affordable. You're not running these huge electric bills and all this heat and everything to light your property up. So yeah. It is very inexpensive and cost effective to run.
Very good. Yeah. Very good. Awesome, man. Well, that's about our time for today. Stephen Hall, pleasure having you on the program. And how would you like folks to find you guys?
So you can go to decoratingelves.com. Obviously, check our Facebook page. You can see some of our projects on there that we're super proud of. And we'd love to help you out. Just come take a look. We'll do a design consultation, walk the property, make sure we let all your lighting dreams come true. We'd love to help everybody out.
Nice. Awesome. Well, good stuff, man. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk restaurant industry, supply chain. Douglas Clark, Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Cornerback Show, going to be calling in to the program here. Stay with us. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after this short break.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. Any of our listeners out there, we'll offer you a 2% listing for the first 3 callers that reach out to the hotline, 813-917-1894. Call or text the hotline, 813-917-1894. Also, a great opportunity for folks out there looking for a part-time gig, maybe a side hustle, is Keller Williams Real Estate School, powered by Kaplan. Reach out if you'd like more information on how we have a free real estate school for you, online class, get licensed, and start referring business in, or maybe make a new career. 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com for our syndicated radio and TV show on 80 outlets worldwide, consumerqb.com, or our real estate website at platinummvpteam.kw.com. That's platinummvpteam.kw.com. And please follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram, Twitter, Getter, and check out our YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Realty. Make it a great day.
My name is James DeJerome, and I produce the Consumer Quarterback Show for Brandon Rhymes. The Consumer Quarterback Show is a team, a group of like-minded professionals who partner together to provide our audience sound advice, knowledge, and information to make them wiser consumers. We work with all types of business owners and aggressively promote our local economy. We're currently conducting interviews for our expert contributors. If you own a business or know someone who would benefit from the exposure our show provides, please contact us at 813-750-0550 or online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We love to help you win in any marketplace, and we have a couple of hot listings that we'd like to feature on the show. We've got some land available for sale here in Tampa Bay. I've got about a dozen properties that are vacant land, looking for lots to build, looking for acreage to develop. I've got some great opportunities here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 1324 Hicks Road. This one's up in Pasco County. I believe this one is close to 5 acres here in Tampa Bay. We've got Hicks Road property available for sale. Also, 12631 Hobson Simmons Road. This is Lithia, Florida, so a little bit south Hillsborough County area. On Hobson Simmons Road, available out there, about 10 acres, prime development opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. So attention builders, developers, entrepreneurs, hey, a good store of value too. People are buying land and holding it. We also have 207 East Lutz Lake Fern, another hot property in Lutz Lake area, Lutz Lake Fern area right there at 207 East Lutz Lake Fern Road. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And we got Doug Clark on the line. Doug, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Ours Creole Smokehouse, best food
That's
in Tampa
right.
Bay. I tell you what.
I like it. We like to think that as well. It's one of our taglines on Instagram, or not Tampa. Everybody thinks all the good food's downtown Tampa, but for what we got going on here and the work that our staff puts in, I think we rank right up there. And a lot to do with our great staff and the work and the energy we put in. We have a great vibe here, and we try to take care of everybody just like family. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the food is just amazing. I tell you, the taste buds are just jumping around like, whoa, what's going on here, man? This food, you got the fried green tomatoes, nice little appetizer start. My wife always loves to get the beet salad. So you really do. And then, of course, I guess I'm an omnivore, but I kind of lean towards a carnivore. You got something for everybody there.
We do. We try to mix and match. The other day, we don't really have too many vegan. I mean, we do. A lot of the stuff we do a la minute here in the kitchen, but we had some vegans call up and say, hey, this and that, and they came in and I said, they're like, well, what are we gonna have? I was like, I don't know, we'll figure it out when we get there. When you come in, and they gave us a good high five, popped their head in the kitchen, and thanked us, the other night, and that was a great thing to do. And that goes to what you said. We got something for everybody here. We're a Creole, New Orleans style restaurant, but whatever we can get our hands on. I grew up in a farming area, and I love fresh fruit and I love fresh vegetables, and you can't have the good stuff without what grows in the ground.
Yeah, let's talk about supply chain a little bit. Fresh. When you think about fresh, I mean, as a restaurant owner, especially one that has a reputation like you do, and just that high level of just food and ingredients. Talk to me a little bit about what you're seeing on the supply chain side.
It's a lot of it on their end. It's what they can get their hands on. Is what I'm coming across. It's just I really feel like a lot of the companies out there. And I'm not talking about the small, little distributors here in Florida, but the big supply chain guys. I feel like they're feeding the larger companies. What we need. Or as a small restaurant. We need that stuff as well, and we're getting hammered on the price with that stuff, which is, I feel, in my own humble opinion, is what's driving a lot of prices up in these small little restaurants. You don't raise your prices, man. You're just going to lose money. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. Your restaurants are one of the smallest margins in the business.
Right.
So every dollar, every penny counts. And when they start raising the prices and taking away stuff like this, I mean, we used to have artichoke dip on the menu all the time, but I'm having a hard time getting cream cheese. Now, you can go get cream cheese at Publix and that, but you're probably going to pay $8 a pound, or it's just crazy out there what you have to deal with. So, again, lucky for us, it's how we started. When we opened the restaurant, that we just always rotate our menu daily, not weekly, and just kind of deal with what we can get our hands on, and the price is right. It doesn't have to be super expensive to taste good. It's all about the love and the flavor and what you put into that those items, the ingredients that you get to make a great, accomplished, sophisticated dish. It doesn't have to be super expensive to taste great.
Right.
That's what I was taught.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely.
But it's tough out there. It's tough, but I can only speak for myself, and I just I don't know how some of these restaurants have these huge menus. I just don't. I just can't wrap my head around it. And it's just one of those things. I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And if you just joined us, we're talking with Doug Clark here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's the owner of Ours Creole Smokehouse, right there on Tarpon Avenue in Tarpon Springs, close to downtown. You guys had that First Friday event going on the other day when I popped in too, Doug.
Yeah, very busy. Very busy. First Friday is great. Tarpon Springs has, I think I said it last time I was on the air with you guys. They've put the work in here. This little city. When we came in, it was just everybody said that this will be they have tried and attempted to redo the city a little bit. And everybody said this is going to be the one that does it. And you got houses being remodeled, new restaurants here. People buying other places, and the more restaurants, the more shops, more everything down in this area, the better. Competition is great as long as everybody's doing the right thing and staying competitive with what the price, not undercutting.
Right.
The more people in the area, the better for everybody that has a business down here. It just means more foot traffic. That's the great thing about First Friday. Brings a lot of people from a lot of different areas in the air, down here, and it's great. We got the live music out there. We have live music every weekend. People love it to sit outside and break bread.
Yep, absolutely. And talk a little bit about some of the menu items. I love the oysters. Those are one of my favorites. The shrimp and grits I've had before. The ribs are just fall off the bone amazing. The scallops, just very, very good. Excellent.
Yeah, we got the scallops. One of the ones we do is the 5-pepper jelly. We make our own jelly, which here we could can it, but again, it's just we ain't got the time to do it. We do sell it out. We sell a lot of the stuff here. We got jars, mason jars that we package a lot of this stuff up, and people will buy it here at the restaurant. And we're getting there. I just got done creaming some. I braised some collard greens this morning, and we're going to do some oysters Rockefeller with collard greens and some of the house smoked bacon that we make here. So that should be a great one. We got actually wild boar St. Louis style ribs on the menu that I made. Nice little orange chipotle barbecue. Sunday brunch was, we do I made our own blood sausage. You know, we call it black pudding, but corned beef hash. And every first Sunday we do our Sunday brunch, and now it's to the point where it's just reservation only. And I mean, we don't even put a menu out until that morning. Sometimes I change my mind at like 4 a.m. Saturday I'm here till like midnight, 1 o'clock, depending on how busy it is. It's always the first weekend. So we got T-Bone out here, the blues band, and it's always a busy night. I come in about 4 a.m. and just make a menu. Somebody will call and ask for a menu. Listen, I don't even know what's going to be on the menu until I get in here in the morning. Servers don't know, so which is really cool because it shows what the people think about us and how the respect they have for us and what we're that we're not going to chintz it, we're not going to beat around the bush, and we're going to put a product out there that it's worth coming in for doing it for one Sunday a month. We did over 230 covers last Sunday, and it was very busy.
Wow!
So it was very busy.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm going to play a quick clip here about this inflation stimulus bill, and feel free to comment afterwards. It's a quick clip here from one of the podcasts I listened to. I think this was Charlie Kirk.
So we're kind of being gaslit where people are saying that, well, it's not because of recent spending that there's inflation. It's all this pent-up demand from the lockdowns. Can you talk specifically and concretely about how all these massive stimulus bills we passed 4 of them, totaling well over $7 trillion, how that played into what we are now experiencing as some of the worst inflation of our life? And then secondly, what do you think the actual inflation number is?
So I am one who believes that the worst part of the government spending bill of Biden's last plan, the $1.9 trillion that was passed in March of last year, the worst part was that it incentivized people to not go back to work.
Yes.
And that added to inflation pressures, with the labor shortage hurting the supply side of the economy when demand was coming up. Ultimately, big government spending. Look, we've had we were at 10 trillion of debt and we went to 30 trillion, and really inflation stayed very low. Japan is the largest debt to GDP on the planet. So this is why I want to hit home the inflation point where it needs to be improved, where they've been wrong. But I don't want us to lose sight of the fact that an even bigger economic problem is out there, which is their debt leading to compression of growth. That's the part that's going to hurt kids and grandkids, the next generation. They deserve better growth opportunities into the future.
Yeah, so in other words, the amount of debt that we have, it grew from 10 trillion to 30 trillion. That's going to hurt the growth of our economy. That's and for future generations. So not only are we taxing the young kids that aren't even in grade school yet, we're taxing them, but we're also hurting the growth curve. All this unnatural spending. I mean, it was $1.9 trillion the last time. They had 4 massive bills totaling $7 trillion, all within the last 36 months, 24 to 36 months. Doug, and you and I, we run small businesses. We're small business owners. If we operated that way, we wouldn't be in business very long, would we?
No, we would not. No, we would not. And there's a lot of truth to all that. And it's no different than just CO2 and nitrous. The price of gas and the diesel. They're jacking it up. I get an email every month about a price increase on the little back end things that nobody even thinks about. And I 100% agree. It's so funny. I was just on the phone with one of my good friends of mine, and I'm refinancing our house. Because we bought it. It's just simple. Good math for us, and we got in right away. And now, I was just talking to him. He said, "Man," he goes, "I'm doing something from some of your neighbors. They're not actual neighbors, but down the road, and they're looking at loans. They're like 8% interest rate.
Wow.
It's crazy out there. So it's all that stuff, and there's a lot of truth to that. There's a lot of people that got a lot of money and they weren't able to pay. I mean, you're just giving away free money. We're just giving away free money, and and it got forgiven. And I agreed and I disagreed with a lot of it. I know, places where they took some money and they just locked up the doors and whatever.
A lot of fraud. A lot of fraud in there. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of fraud, and but how do you track it? How are we tracking it? I don't think there is anything. I'm not expert on that on that situation, but but how do you track it? I think that's where we drop.
There's no accountability.
Keep giving no accountability. Just keep giving money away, and and now all of a sudden everything's so expensive, and it's just like there's no end in sight, and I don't think it's ever. I really don't see it. I really don't see an end to it. So if you're not prepared to do something or to stay, ahead of the game and be in that situation, then it is what it is. But I mean, you can't. There's no way you can go back down.
Yeah,
I don't know how it's possible. I really don't, unless you know.
Well, it's going to take a changing of the guard. Unfortunately, is what's going to happen. It's going to have to, you're going to have to changing of the guard coming up soon. But talk to me about 40 seconds here. New Orleans style, Smokehouse, Hours Creole, Tarpon Avenue, Douglas Clark. 30 seconds. Back to you.
30 seconds. We got, like we said earlier, the #1 restaurant, best food in the Tampa area. We're even going to put ourselves up there in the state of Florida. 310 East Tarpon Avenue, live music every weekend, jazz music, blues music. A lot of flavors going on here that derive from, different cultures that created the city of New Orleans.
Yeah.
And, we like to dive into that very deep. And, everybody thinks, oh, it's so spicy. No, it's not spicy. It's called love. It's called flavor. It's called ingredients. It's called making sure you take care of your product.
Right. That's right. Awesome, Doug. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Have
a great one.
All right. Check them out. 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Hours Creole Smokehouse, another great show. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.